1, 2, 3, 4, go. I make my living off the evening news, expat vloggers, and living in the Philippines. Just give me something I can use. People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry. Well, I could have been on radio, but I wound up YouTube here. I just have to edit well and search all day. Send me an email or call, come and whisper in my ear. Give us dirty laundry. Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down. Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down. Doesn't matter what island you're on. Philippines should have been heaven, but you ended up on my page. Should have stayed off YouTube and just play on the beach instead. We got the age gap couple, the odd couple, broke expats who comes on at 5. They can tell you about how they loves it with a gleam in their eyes. It's interesting when people lie. Give us dirty laundry. Can we film the operation? Is political or not? You know the boys in the newsroom got a running bet. Get the widow on the set. We need dirty laundry.
That'll tell you where we're at. Hey guys, welcome back, you awesome people. Welcome to the stream. Grab a snack. Get ready.
I'm fired.
Okay. And don't forget to smash and hit that subscribe button, guys. Leave a comment, drop a comment during this, and let us know where you guys are watching, okay? So let's get this going today. Today we're going to talk about keyword, a former Russian beauty queen. Okay, that's what several of the newspaper articles are discussing, okay? Which is really strange because it turns out it was 2000. I wrote this down. I think it said 2013. So she was 10 years old, 11 years old. That's really former. When they called her Little Miss Russia, who knows? But it does say that she travels. But in general, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information about what's going on. Get myself together here. Okay, so the Russian beauty queen 23 was jailed in Thailand after overstaying her visa by 10 days. And she says she's been facing grim conditions in an overcrowded detention, and she has no cash for food, or she can't take her flight home. Okay. Urgent efforts are underway to secure a swift deportation for her. Okay. They're saying that she's being held at a Pattaya jail, reportedly on the verge of being transferred to the IDC. Okay. Which they call it the Bangkok Hilton. Okay. Alexandria Tikhomarova. Russian on international media. That's her name. She's been on international media. I've only seen her on a few things, like one or two TikToks, but over in Russia, I guess there's a bunch going on. The first concern is that she doesn't have any cash, okay, and that she's been working allegedly as an international escort. Now, I do want to let you know that that's coming from the Russian news people. Okay, her family in Russia are ferociously denying these claims. Okay, Miss Tikmarova was arrested in Pattaya for overstaying her tourist visa by 10 days. All right. The other thing that was going on is they said that she had been, she overstayed before, was deported, and she went over to Dubai. So they said that she had been over there. But Alexandra Tikmarova was formerly a child beauty queen and won Little Miss Russia in 2013. It says she's from the city of Petrozavodsk, a capital city of the Republic of Kerala. And it says again that she was arrested for overstaying her visa. I'm reading from an article, by the way. I just want to let you guys know that. For those that are out there saying we're just making stuff up, you guys can bite me on that one. I made this cup specially for some people. Who you sucking on today?
Oh, I don't know. There's this beautiful hot girl with a really cute puppy.
Oh, it looks like he's sucking on Baby May today. Okay. Certainly the conditions are less than ideal in Thailand, of course, famously known as the Bangkok Hilton. Okay. They're harsh, guys. A lot of Asian jails are. Although I like to beg to differ on harsh conditions because if you end up in a Russian, don't they have like the worst
Yes.
situations over there, like listed as the worst in the world? It says that it's home to several foreigners. Okay, a lot of them have lost contact with their families, and the inability to speak Thai makes it even more of a pitiful situation, guys. Because it often goes unreported. There was one guy they said was in there for 12 years and didn't get any help because he couldn't communicate with the guards, nothing, and they're harsh over there. And the reason we're going to discuss this today, I was talking to George this morning. The reason the gulag, thank you, Laura, thank you so much. The reason we're discussing this is most guys, when they leave here for these visa runs of the 36 months, which we'll discuss later, that's where they run to. And a lot of them go over there and they don't realize how serious the immigration is over there. But it's serious here too. So we're going to talk a little bit about immigration, go through your comments about this. But it's really serious over there. Let's see what else the article's got here. Yeah, there he was in there for 11 years. Over the weekend, friends of Tikmarova suggested that she was forced to share cells with the bad guys in a Pattaya facility. Yeah, who else did you think was in there, sweetie? Those who cannot afford to pay for an entire airfare home are left to rot in those facilities. For instance, there's no, like, you don't get any money back. There's no public funds, or usually the embassies, especially the Russian embassy, are not going to help you get out of there, guys. If you guys end up in a facility here or Thailand, when it comes to U.S. embassy, they'll come and visit. They'll bring you vitamins. They did that for Overstay, not Overstay Road, Overstay Road. What's Zoom to Thailand? They'll come and visit you. They'll bring vitamins, but they're not going to get you out, guys. Someone will even give a list of like attorneys and.
Oh, you're lucky if they give you vitamins.
Okay, and as I had said earlier, Alexandria had previously left Thailand to go to Dubai. However, after her return, she had overstayed her 60-day tourist visa, but they said previous she had been tossed out or there was issues. This could be why they put her in jail. I heard they're very tough in that country, and it could actually be what's going on. Undeniably, many of the foreigners go through this situation. It's sad because a lot of families can't get a hold of the people. But it's saying that the family is denying all these reports of her being an escort and why she was actually there and everything. So, quite interesting, guys. Hey, Ted. Hey, Haichu. What is going on, guys? And thank you guys for being a member of the channel. I like your glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Don't put down comments Don't subscribe. Don't hit that like button. Don't share. Don't.
We going to get where we going to get and going to get paid what we going to get paid, and we would do it all for free. And if there were 3 people in the room,
Right.
what do you think?
Let me try something else. Hold on.
Try dang.
No.
Stick your tongue out.
No. Oh, you're playing on the glasses. No.
Oh, you're trying reverse psychology on people?
Oh, let's try something
It
else.
worked for Kay Dallas.
Like I said, oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. I have to get my chi right.
Speaking of chi, I wish I had a
You
chi.
will subscribe to the channel.
I wish I had some chi to eat.
This is the channel you're looking for.
I can't believe they're going on. The biggest thing the girls got is they keep calling her a Russian former beauty queen. I'm like, Christ's sake, she was like 10 years old or something. And just like you said, the first thing you said is, how long is she going to live on that? It's like the guys that come here and they live on the same.
Well, okay, now here's the thing. I can see her living on that. What I'm saying is there's certain people who everybody they meet, they're like, oh, I used to be a beauty queen. Yeah. And every time they meet somebody new, I used to be a beauty queen. That's what I'm saying. And
Well, it's what the news articles have.
I
They're really
understand that,
trying.
but what I'm saying is I can see her doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a personality profile thing, you know. Kind of like certain people says, "Oh, I'm a vlogger." Really? Are you monetized? Are you, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her claim to fame. But I just think it's kind of,
But
and I have to say, I think it's funny that she knows that she's been in
thanks so much, Kay
Thailand
Dallas. I
before.
appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Kay Dallas.
Yeah.
It's she should know. It's kind of like the people that end up here in the detention centers and everything. And some of them, it's like they can get you the first time round, and then some people have been here. Yeah, we've heard several people that we've talked about on here that were overstayed for years, years, and years. There's quite a bit of overstayers here. But Thailand and the Philippines, especially Thailand, they're cracking down like on types of visas. They want you to be on the proper visa. They start doing that here too. So when you go in, they're going to start asking you about, hey, for the guys that have been here 5 years on a tourist visa, they're tightening that down. So they're tightening up. Tighten up.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the real reason why. I mean, what do you guys
There's
think?
other circumstances. Yeah,
what do you guys think? I mean,
yeah, I think it's because if the Russian outlet newspapers, which, hey, news never gets anything right anyways, whoever gets anything right. But I'd much believe all the in between chatter about stuff. There's somewhere in between's the truth. And if a bunch of the outlets are saying she just goes around doing escorts, but she's a broke escort because they said she's really broke and she doesn't even have the ticket money. So in order for her to even get up and out of there, you got to produce the tickets. I'm assuming her family's broke too. So,
well, I mean, beauty pageant winning's going to go get you so far.
how many families, even in the U.S. these days, can afford say a $2,000 ticket or $1,500? Not everybody's got money, so especially when they're just working class and everything. So they said half the Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Right.
So Tony,
yeah, Tony says must be a loose kitty. There you go.
I bet that kitty was loose.
Right. True story.
Yeah. Also, I want to let you guys know we do have 3 new kittens and the mother in the house. It's been raining outside. You want to? Well, they're sleeping, babe. They just officially went back to sleep.
But I'm sure people want to see them.
Babe, mom's totally laying out on the side. So, baby Bella, which is an outside cat, she's been living in the yard probably for months and months and months. She just had a batch of kittens, but did it inside the trike, inside of the
They're
tarp.
literally this small.
Yeah, they're only a week old. And usually, like her and Willie are out there sleeping at nighttime. Like they usually cuddle. They cuddle. Really are sweet. But with the rain and the trike tarp gets wet, that's it. Once that's soaked, then the kittens are going to be soaked. So we have the old dog cage, and she's in there.
Heidi put them in one of those, carriers and everything. Put it in the e-trike for them.
She wouldn't.
She pulls them out, so
puts
they're
them
they're
inside
gonna
the
get wet if they stay outside.
Well, and
So
it's tangled up, like it's twisted like a burrito almost. And last time I went to go look at them, they couldn't eat. You can hear them struggling and fighting, and in the heat, that's going to be too much too. So she's a fairly young mother, and I'm like, we just rehomed a bunch of cats, and we were down to 3. We have regular Bella back, which is 4, and now we're back to they're stinking cute. So,
yeah, they're
but
super cute. You guys gotta
yeah,
see them.
they're really cute. So.
Smile and be happy. Hey, smile and be happy. Hey, Victor. Tone. Hi, Chimango. Oh my gosh, I saw my name. Adam Za. Hi, awesome people.
Hey, Adam. Yeah, that list right there, we'll be adding to it. It's just longtime supporters. We tried to figure which ones to put it in, but it's a combination of being added to that list. Like we have people that communicate with us through Facebook Messenger. They're on Facebook, they're on our TikTok, and they support us in multiple ways. It's people we talk to on the phone. And so it's a group of actual supporters, and usually it's somebody 4 to 6 months that's been on our what's it called, our YouTube memberships that we've added to. But some of them are just just regular. So, but we appreciate you guys. We really do. It's the reason we do it.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Victor C says Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Here we go. I was just telling George. I said, you do know who won the Super Bowl? What did you say?
Hmm.
What did you say when I said?
Who are those?
That's exactly what he said. So,
I'm joking. I'm joking again. I only own 2 jerseys, and one of them was the Eagles. It was the Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. That was when Brett Favre was still in the team. But anyway.
With the Super Bowl, we released the video yesterday on the second channel, Expatainment, and I was like, I asked Siri who was going to win, and he said that they said Kansas City because they're the favored over by 1 point. I don't know what any of that point system means. And I said right afterwards, I said, based on that, I bet you the Eagles will win. So I called that sucker.
That
But
doesn't make sense. Why would it think Kansas?
It said Kansas. They're something by 1 point. It said. I don't know what any of that means. I really don't know. But so then I called the Eagles, and I didn't watch any of that because we watch all the highlights. I'm too hyperactive, like hype on aisle 6 to sit through the Super Bowl. But let me tell you what, I think that is, you guys can agree to disagree. That halftime sucked, man. That halftime of Kendrick sucked. The only good part about that was when they had Samuel L. Jackson appear. And he says, I'm your Uncle Sam. And I'm like, yeah, that was about the only thing that I thought. And the commercials were okay. So that was like the best part of the whole situation. So I'm just calling that out. It was, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just wasn't they should have brought like Jelly Roll on there, man.
Oh, somebody current?
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with Kendrick Lamar. He got too TikToked in, and the only reason I think he really became popular was his beef with the other rapper. But anyways, but either way, the Eagles won. I don't think people were expecting that. It was showing people putting large bets on Kansas City, and then of course the acting president Trump appeared. He's the first active sitting president that ever appeared at a Super Bowl. He went to the Super Bowl.
Isn't that weird?
Wonder why no president
That's
ever
what
went there.
Yeah, it's not that President Trump showed up. I never thought that nobody ever did. That is
They
weird.
must have just been closet football watchers. Reagan was probably there at one point. Jimmy Carter as acting president. They just hid somewhere. It's weird. Yeah, it's really
that's weird. I mean,
I don't know.
that's kind of weird. I mean, they don't have a special box for the president just in case he shows up. I mean, seriously.
They said they booed, what's her name? What's the girl with the red lipstick? My memory's not working this morning. Taylor Swift.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Well, who's the lips with the blonde hair and the red lipstick? Taylor
Okay, that's a
Swift.
little better, but it's still very vague. I mean,
Sorry,
just-
my
I'm
mind's
just
not working.
well. I mean, even if that, I mean, it's still vague. I mean, so you guys will even agree with me. That's
They
like,
said she got booed over the president. So, anyways, that's the only interesting part about it, and that was about the end of it, and that was it. So that was our interesting day, rescuing cats from the rain yesterday, and we cooked some pasta yesterday together, and that was about it. We edited some videos, and so
No,
hey,
I'm
what's
not.
going on, Joseph?
I'm not quite sure if it's the Super Bowl or anything, but somewhat off the side since we're on the Super Bowl subject. I found it odd since
Oh, look,
it's
we're
since
matching today.
it was Super Bowl weekend, or rather, it kind of makes sense too. The highest population of gamers were out, and the old time gamers were out. Yes, on the weekend, this entire weekend. Like the ones that haven't played in months, they pop up all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh, Dad, they're awake.
Oh, I'll go grab the kitties.
And we'll come in and say our highs, guys. Leave your comments in regards to this while we fit in our pet family here. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary. Yeah, they are really stinking cute. Just what we needed was. Yeah, she'll let you borrow them. She doesn't try to fight you, and she doesn't. Hey, Cookie. So now we're back up to X amount of pets again. We were down to X amount, plus we feed the ones outside. Oh, making me get rid of the baby.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm only borrowing them. I'm not gonna. We have to return them. Careful.
All right. Well, here, hold this one at a time. Okay. So, look at there, guys. That one's, what do they call that?
Calico.
Calico. I believe that's a boy. And that's a boy. Looks like Bella and the mother. We call her Bella Jr.
Oh, yep, there she is. She's calling for her kids.
Big boy. And this is the one we're keeping. Look at him. We're keeping this big black one. It's not every day that you get to see the black ones.
Well, it looks like a tortie, to be honest with you.
Oh boy, but he's black enough.
Well, torties are bad news.
What do you mean? Why is he a
No,
tortie?
don't get me wrong.
Why is he a tortie?
I've had torties before, so.
Oh, there's the stripes on him.
Yeah, it's
Well then never mind. I don't want him either.
Aw, it's a her.
Oh, that's right.
It's a her. Here you go. Here you go, sweetheart.
I'm watching this from a secret location. Victor, Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. Yes, Laura, the Gulag. Yeah, that's what another vlogger said that we've had on our interview. Alex, he does this news thing, and we seen him this morning. That's exactly what he said. He goes, "Wow, she comes from Russia, and she's complaining about that." So it's a. Yeah. No, we'll add people's names that have been with us for a few months. And then we have supporters throughout the year we're really, happy with. And it doesn't always have to be monetary, just like people that come in and, longtime supporters will be adding to that list. And we should have done that a long time ago. So, and we keep having people that'll send us messages on how to support. And being we've been doing this for a couple of years, that's why we listed what it is. Know if I put you. Did you put Ted up yet? Hey, beautiful people. There's a place in Pattaya called Crazy Russian Girls. Go figure. I guess there's a lot of Russian ladies over there.
There's a lot of Russian ladies everywhere. No, I mean seriously, they're.
Yeah. Hello,
Hey,
gang. Good morning from Zamboanga del Norte.
Zamboanga del Norte. Racer X. Hi, Heidi and George, South Carolina in the house.
Hey.
Hi, peeps.
Let us know if you guys watch that game and what you guys thought of it.
Love the mug, Heidi. Yeah, it's the bite me.
Yeah, man. Oh, by the way, I don't know. Here, one second. I got to converse with George for a minute. I was just telling him that it looks like also, oh geez, I can't remember his name. Oh man, my memory is bad today. I'll remember here in a minute. So
It's the guy with 2 legs.
wow, I don't know what's going on. It's like the last few days I've been recovering for a week or two from some sort of pneumonia like, and I was back on antibiotics. Maybe I don't know. Something's
You,
made
you
me
know what the
funny.
best part about that joke that I just made is if I reverse it and like something like it's the guy with no legs, then
No,
it's too soon.
yes, too soon. Oh my god, I can't believe I can't think of the. I was just telling you who it was. I'll have to go in. Either way, he came out with another video.
Oh, that guy. No, I never. I don't know his name. I don't know
I have
his name.
to. Q's Adventure. After
Oh,
a
that
month,
guy.
finally.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking about
because
the
we
other guy.
don't.
Okay.
No, Q's Adventure. You know, we said we're not going to do a follow up, but I will mention it real quickly that he came back with a 36-minute
Rebuttal.
video, a rebuttal, and we couldn't get past his first few minutes because he shows himself in a massage saying, "Oh, I'm only going to respond once and tell you blah blah blah," and he never really does. All he did was blame the other guy, and when he called everybody else trolls. So all he did was throw shade on everybody and said that the guy, when he lived with them, was an addict and that he was fighting all the time with his wife and he didn't do the channel properly. He didn't grow any based on his work. He was saying that he was paying him 15,000 pesos a month. If he was being a true manager to her channel and his channel, that's still a lot of work. And he complained something about he didn't get up till 11 o'clock. So all he did was say a bunch of things that really he skirted around the whole situation of other people that said things on other channels and on other social media, as in things that were going on with him and the interviews and the money being given. We were so he didn't, of course, I didn't think he would address any of the tax issues or anything else that had come up on him, and he's not worth our time. We had one person that inquired. So it's evidently a dead story. And, but I figured when he'd come back, if he did, he said that the other guy, I'm not giving him nothing because all he's trying to do is grow his social media. And I'm like, okay. So he's talking about the other kid and stuff. But the other kid immediately came out with a rebuttal. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have the strength for that either. We've had so many projects going on that it's, let's see. We're supposed to cover, which will be up and coming. It might even be on the other channel. I don't know, our next live stream. We have a $400 a month American
guy.
King probably on our next live stream. Wow. Yeah. So we'll bring that up. Oh, yeah. So we'll be covering a guy on the budget. I'd rather cover that than go over that. So, but okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I all I did with guys is tell Heidi and make me a sandwich.
Yeah, he wants to say because that's going to be a juicy one. So he's doing the wave off of juicy story. Don't leak it. So which is true. So
Peter Brown, hi George and Heidi. Gonna hit like and subscribe because you said not to.
he said not to.
There you go. Yeah, they're cracking down on the working girls that are foreigners. There you go.
It's probably the truth, and it's you can't take jobs from the locals, man.
That's messed up. Can't like Tony Man said, that's a loose. That's messed up. Taking jobs from the locals.
That's true. But here, by the way, for those that didn't know, they officially. I mean, it's been going on for a short period, but I don't think we've done a live since we officially seen it ourselves. They put the official, I called it Red Street sign up.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So it's officially
That's
done.
kind of tasteless in my opinion.
it's weird that you would call that. It's supposed to be family oriented, is what they're saying, and they're saying
That's
that
so
they've
tasteless.
upclassed a lot of the bars there, and I'm
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
as far as you have the bars,
Okay, see, that's what I mean. If it's one thing if, let's say, they left it alone and put up the sign. Okay, get it. I get it. You're trying to mark the territory, but
no, they're trying to
they made it nicer, but gave it a dirty name.
Well, there was already kids and family down there anyways.
I get that, but I think the name is tasteless. I think, in my opinion,
it's just I
think
they
it
should have.
it puts it
Walking
down.
streets sounded more friendly for families
Right.
than it's a
red light district,
called it
red
Market
street, duh.
Street.
Yeah, something like
Walking in Market
Thank you.
Street.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They gave it a dirty name, basically. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Earn Doggy Full says call Puddin'. There you go.
Right. Yeah, they're not just like here. They're not going to do anything, and they're how long did Zoom stay in there? For several months or several weeks? How long was Zoom to Thailand in there? Do you remember? A little bit. Zoom to Thailand.
No, he was there.
3 months?
Oh, I don't know.
4 months? It's been
I thought
a while,
it was
guys.
3.
Guys, remind me how
I thought it
long
was
Zoom
3.
to Thailand was in the Philippine jail,
Yeah.
immigration. And then there's a couple others that have been there for a while too over certain situations. But you just don't want to end up in an Asian jail. You don't want to end up in an American one, let alone, what's going on. Okay, so he was informing me that I said Zoom to Thailand, but I believe I said World Zoom to start, but then said Zoom to Thailand afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you just could have said something. That's the whole point of.
Yeah. Bok Choy Tokwa.
Hey,
Hello,
what's going
George
on?
and Heidi, watching here in Manila.
Hey.
Discerning Dash says, I do not understand why people overstay. Philippines has the best visa law. Extending and not leaving for 3 years is great when it restarts every 3 years. I mean, actually, you're right. I mean, it's really married, so not worried about visa. Well,
people really need to, in my personal opinion, people really need to stop doing that 36-month thing because they're going to really start cracking down on that. They've been talking about that. They've actually put stuff in the papers and on their page about they're going to start making people, when you come in officially, they're going to start asking more questions about why aren't you on a retirement visa, especially residents, because anything over the 90 days or a certain period, they start to consider you with provisions about being a resident. So the 36-month is no guarantee you're going to get back in the country when you leave, especially now. Yeah, the last few months they've been tightening up, so I wouldn't even risk that anymore. But the guys will do it. So
yeah. Hey, Sarah.
Especially if they're coming here. Hey, Sarah. Especially if they're coming here to live, because they're coming over here selling everything with the intention of living here. Get the proper visa, for Christ's sake. If they're not married and they're not going on an SRV, they're just going to live on a tourist visa. That's why a lot of them quit doing it after about a year. They get tired of going into the office. Like here in Angeles City, it's easy because it's inside the mall. It's nearby for most people. But when you live somewhere on the outskirts, say like Sunshine Shoulders, where you have to take a lot of transport to get in town, that would be a bummer. And some just quit doing it. There's quite a bit of overstayers here. I think there's
a lot of them. And again,
all nationalities.
They really think that they can get away with it, but eventually it catches up. Joseph Relford says, I'd raise the money for my daughter if she was stranded in another country. Now, the thing is, reading between the lines, first off, we really don't know if they are raising the money or not. We don't know. I know they don't have money.
It said that the family is refusing. She says she doesn't have the money.
No, I know that they're refusing to send her money. I get it, but
well, it could just be they're broke
it doesn't mean that they're not going to try. It's one. Most parents usually say one thing and help out the kid anyway.
Yeah, well, it depends. Could be it is what it is.
And then
what
the
if
other side of like where I was getting at too is I don't think
there
I
is
think
limits for
I
parents. If
think they
she's
I think they know what she's doing. I get it. They're refusing.
right, so what if you found that? I mean, I get it. Not everybody has unconditional love. Not everybody's meant to be a parent. Could just be that she was born to a mother that just couldn't afford birth control, or a dad that couldn't get his act together.
Well, I mean,
But it's
it's possible she's a regular troublemaker. I mean,
that's what I mean, and there'll be a limit for every parent
correct.
eventually to just let her. I
It's
mean,
like we told you so, kind of. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, what other way to learn the lesson? If she's been over there hanging out and going in and out of all these countries and living her best life, not sending money home and just being a skankahoo, I mean, and not helping with the family, then it could be why they would leave her high and dry. If my kids did that to me, you know, it was you're like that, and I was sitting there, and they're out there living their best life, and then end up in there. I'm gonna say, welcome to the Monopoly game. No pass, go,
Yeah.
go, ho, ho, ho. Just stay in
Yeah.
there with all your cream, ho, ho.
Right.
I bet that kitty was loose.
Sir.
Kangaroo.
Right.
Say it. Say it.
Kangaroo.
Oh, I feel a song coming on.
Oh no.
Skankaroo.
Peter Brown here in Quezon City. 1 week on buying visa with my wife. That's one of the best visas you can obtain in the Philippines if you're married to a Filipino.
Yeah, you get the
Um,
1 year, no outbound ticket required. Most people have it anyway.
1 year, you don't have to go to the immigration office for 1 whole year.
Now, I want to let you guys know these visas they do update all the time. I know they've been working on the nomad visa for those that are going to want to work here,
AKA YouTube vloggers, that kind of deal.
a whole bunch of them. They have never officially put that out yet.
It's
They mentioned it like a year and a half
yeah,
ago.
Filipinos like to start stuff and then just leave them hanging. No, I'm not making this up. Seriously.
Mhm.
Like a spawn. Where's the bunny? Where's Lulu?
What bunny?
Lulu.
Oh, she's over there on the bed. So usually, well, your toast is turned around. The reason your toast is turned around, babe, is because I put it inside the little baby carrier with the kittens last night. I put a blanket so mom could have some peace in there, which didn't last very long. So
yeah, I know that. She's telling you guys.
I'm telling you, your toast is turned around.
I know that, and I know why it's turned around. That's why I'm saying.
That's a hint.
Okay. Girls, and I mean girls or women, don't hint if you mean somebody to do something. That's a perfect example of women do, is they hint rather than actually say, can you please fix that? No.
Here's the thing. You knew it though, right?
Yeah,
so
but
you're aware of it. So you're waiting for me to ask.
it's not that. It's I don't know if you intentionally did that on purpose. We do change them, and sometimes we do flip them around. But anyway,
No, you wanted me to ask. You just said it.
I just said too that we do change them intentionally.
Okay. That's fine.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Ted says the halftime show was pretty lame. K Das says halftime show is great.
It was lame. That's got to be the previous one was really good, and
well, remember, there's always some people who
I
don't
mean,
like
at least
it,
at
some
that point, if
people
now
love
if
it.
there would have been a wardrobe malfunction or something, then I'd been like, okay. But no, nothing.
Joseph Robert says I was expecting the Eagles to win. Yes, of course.
It was like melancholy, and it was just, I don't know. It just wasn't. I don't know. I mean, if they'd have came out like Bianca Sensori, like he'd have come out in plastic wrap or something, and came out like he had drank 100 bottles of Red Bull or something, and I don't know, something. Dressed him in aluminum foil, droned him in with a couple drones. Nothing. For that, it was, and there were reviews. It was like mixed. Most of them are saying it was super melancholy. It was just drab on everything, like the colors, everything. Like he had guys dressed in red, blue, and in the shape of the flag, but it was just they came out of a
Well,
car like
I
the
thought
circus
they're the ones who
clowns.
put the bill.
No, they said, well, I think there's X amount of budget, but if they go over, they end up paying it themselves. I'll have to look that up. I think last year I looked at that, but no, there's only so much of a budget. Usually they put the rest in.
Yeah, because usually I know that the performers are the ones that pay for most of it. You know. Racer X says I miss Quezon City. SM North
Yeah.
EDSA and Trinoma Mall. Yes, Quezon City. Again, this is the city, not the province. Quezon province, that's the complete opposite. It's like nothing there. Well, of course, there's people and there's buildings, but it's provincial. But Quezon City, yeah, Quezon. When they say Quezon City, it's not Manila,
Yeah, they
but
don't get any payment.
it's not Metro Manila, but it's no different.
They don't get paid anything, and they cover the basics. So if they go over production, so basically that's what it
Basically
looked like.
none.
Yeah, so he didn't put any bells and
Right, that's what I
whistles.
figured. Yeah, he didn't want to pay. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean his outfit and everything.
it's kind of like a catch-22. If you have a good, nest egg, yeah, sure, make a production of it. But certain people do, certain people don't.
Oh, and officially, I want to let you guys know 32 minutes ago, it was put in the news and directed that the Treasury is now officially to stop minting pennies. There'll be no more. That's it. No more new pennies. The rising cost of the production and the cost is way more. So
Yeah, I
they will no
mean,
longer
they
produce pennies,
honestly
guys.
they probably should have stopped that a decade ago, literally.
Probably even longer than that.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's it. So I don't even think we even have. I think we might have some pennies somewhere in our little container, but that's it. They said they were going to do it.
Yeah.
Just one.
Ian Byford, good morning to you both. Hey, Ruby. Good
Hey.
day, Heidi and George.
Hi, Ruby.
TJ Rice, shouldn't your cat be spayed? It's not our cat.
No,
All our cats
it's
are
out.
spayed.
Are indoor. Now, I want to let you
All
know
our
that
cats are
since
spayed.
we've been here. It'll be 3 years in August. That at this location. Hard to believe it's been almost that long, but so. In another 6 months, we've been here 3 years. There's a lot of outdoor cats.
All of the kittens you see in this channel are technically not ours. We're just getting them out of the elements and take care of them
and rehoming
and
them.
rehome them because they're not our cats. Literally, we feed outside cats. We treat outside cats.
So we have
they're not ours.
officially we had 3, and we had rehomed Bella because she didn't like the puppy several months ago. Like she was having a fit. She started to pee on stuff. She was like clawing at the other cat. So we rehomed her, but that person went out of the country and we were supposed to watch her for a few months, and we're like, well, let's see how she acts. And when we've seen her behaving here recently, we've taken her back officially. So we're back to 4 cats, and that's inside. But understand, we have a 2-level home. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We have plenty of room. There's no additional kids or anything running around, so there's plenty of space. But there is officially probably 6 or 7 cats that belong to the neighborhood. But about 6, 7 months ago, this cat showed up as she's probably just about a 6-month-old cat herself. So as we're to understand, she doesn't belong to anybody because she sleeps here day and night, and she sleeps either in the cage, the e-trike, or she cuddles with Willie.
with the dog. Yeah,
she's the only one that stays here full time in our yard. But besides that, there's 4 or 5 cats that come here and eat. So
and our 4 cats, the 2 original ones, Bella and Gucci are here. The other 2 new ones are actually fixed on our channel. What I'm saying is we did show the other 2 cats fixed.
The only ones that are not fixed that belong in the house is the puppy now. Yeah. So we haven't, which we will probably in July or August.
No, all the kittens are never.
She's not ours now. If for some reason we can't live without her and we keep her and her cats here at the house, we will, depending on funds, we'll go ahead and have her
Right.
fixed. So yeah.
Now, what happened was is there are like we do have a cat that when we took her in, she was pregnant, and we decided to keep the queen, the mother cat. She's sitting right here asleep, so I'm not gonna pick her up.
Yeah, the
But
kittens we rehomed.
yeah.
So yeah, we've had her for a while. So yeah.
Curtis says if you have a male calico kitten, it's rare. Most calico are female.
That looks like a boy to me. The calico. I think the only the black, no, it's not. I think, no, I misspoke. The calico and the black one are females. The striped one looks like a boy. That striped one, the last one we had that looked like Bella was problems. And I forgot how rowdy. I started thinking, oh, I'm going to keep these kittens. And I'm like, oh man, I remember the nightmare we had the last time. But then here's our problem. We took them in from the rain. Once you get them in the house, it's kind of hard to get rid of them because now it's going to feel weird putting them back out there. It's just we love those cats.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard, but I don't know what to do because I'm trying to get her to adjust before I let her out of the cage. There's like pee pads down. It's got grates where she can go to the bathroom, and we clean the tray off. But I don't know.
We're more afraid that she'll squirrel the kittens away where she shouldn't.
With rainy season coming upon us, I'm afraid they're just going to drown in the
No, it's possible they could. Yes.
Yeah, because the tent around it actually gets wet, and they just would have been sopped out there this morning, and so
Yeah, I mean,
or
if
other
somebody's
elements,
puts a wet towel in front of your
fire ants,
face, you know what I'm saying,
bugs,
that kind of deal.
centipedes.
Yeah.
Which the neighborhood cats, they either survive or they don't. This is, not unusual, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we can keep all four. That'll just be, again, too many cats. But I'm afraid to put the kittens out. They need their mother. And so it's kind of a,
Filipino P says those yellow mic covers are groovy looking. Original helps keep your attention to the podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, we have, I don't know, about 7-8 different colors. So we've been switching them out for a little bit. But yeah, we appreciate it. So yeah, we figured it was.
Filipino P says Q's a scammer and conniver.
His response was something else. He just skirted around the whole thing. He said, I might be wrong. Pretty sure he said he has purchased. I don't remember, guys. You guys can understand we watch so many different programs, but he talked about the resort thing again, land purchase again, and he went through all of that, and he just kept focusing that the other guy was the bad guy.
Yeah.
And that was a great distraction to the whole situation by saying he did that. And he goes, I know he's going to be, he goes, I'm not going to go back and forth with him. And
Ruby says, remember that prostitution is illegal in Philippines. Yes, it is. It is legal. Okay, what this? Okay, now here's a good example of somebody twisting words. Now, first off, you have to be ignorant not to pay attention to words people say. I said, I think I find it tasteless that they renamed the street that way. I didn't. Now, the reason why I put this up, because there's this ignoramus gentleman that says big man in the Philippines. Really? Did you just say about the locals? Wow, rude as heck and tasteless.
the reason he's doing that is because the whole world called him out for saying nasty stuff about Filipinos.
Yeah.
And the things that he posts on his channel and him trying to go up against us and Sunshine and other people. So now he's became a major troll. For those that have been in our comment section, he's been coming up saying all kinds of things, calling names.
And dude,
being
I hate
really
to say
mature.
this, and I'm no offense to you, but you're kind of irrelevant. What I'm saying is nobody really cares.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much. So he's just trying to make himself relevant.
Yeah, he's kind of like, hey, look at me. You know, that's what he's doing. And I'd hate to say this, I gave him that attention. I probably shouldn't have. Anyway.
Yeah, usually doesn't happen.
Filipino P says the Alabama overseer has been locked a long time. He was there with Zoomer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been in there quite a bit. It was between, he's not just in there for overstaying. He had fights with other people, and there's other legal issues. That's why also he's still here. Um, yeah. I don't think. Well,
He can be
unmuted.
he could be an ignoramus all day. Anyway,
Right. Mr. Orange Beard.
Ruby, how much does it cost to extend visa for expats in the Philippines? How much was it? I mean,
Well, if you go into the Angeles City office, they charge the express fee anyways. And so,
no matter what.
yeah, no matter what, $50 or $60, 60. But we renewed it for 60 days. I don't know, it was under 2,000 pesos, 3,000.
It was 3, I thought.
Right, which is about $50 or $60 for 2 months. Yeah. And if you do 6 months here in Angel City, you have to go to Quezon, or you have to go out to that office in Manila.
Yeah,
you
the
can't
main
do
office.
a 6
You have to
month
go to
here,
Kit-
not
to
anymore.
the main office. Yeah.
When we arrived a couple years ago, they said that you could.
No, remember,
And
we're
not
talking about
anymore. They
Angeles, which
stopped
we
during.
assume where you're at.
Well, they said most of the offices won't do it now. They said everybody. I could be wrong.
No.
That's
That's the
what Angels
thing.
told us. But
Because while we were there, an expat told me in the Longapo, which I'm not sure how reliable this information was, because Campbell drove all the way over here to do his immigration, so I'm not sure how reliable it is. But a guy from Olongapo, an expat, an American expat, says that he does his over there for 6 months, but he just so happens he's over here.
here's the thing. Yeah, here's
Which
the.
again, it's kind of.
There isn't. They said most of these offices aren't doing
No,
it. 6
I
months,
got
you
you,
have
but
to
I'm just
go.
saying what that person says.
You guys can go to, most of the guys here are just opting to go to an agency, and right off the bat it'll save you the express fees to let them file, and it usually equals out to just letting them go and do it. But you have to go there, drop off your passport, and go back and pick it up like you would at immigration. Or if you want the 6 month one done, you can have an office do that for you. But I don't think they're granting 6 month ones anymore. I think everybody has to.
No, I know that. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's also relevant to I do segues. Earn Doggy Full says, saw a vlogger went on YouTube. He does not know about the exit visa. Goes to the airport and has a rude awakening. That's what I'm saying. Be careful of what other people say, because the reason why this gentleman did that is because there's a lot of YouTubers that say, hey, all you have to do is go to the airport. They do it over there.
They say it all the time. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you guys have been here more than 6 months, then you're going to need an exit clearance. And people keep saying that, yes, you can just go to the airports, no matter which one it is, and you'll get it there. And somebody told me that's not true. What happened when we asked Angeles City about me leaving? So before I decided to process my 13A, we thought we were going on a small vacation. And I said, okay, well, can I get the exit clearance, because it's been more than 6 months? They said I had to produce the airplane ticket first.
Correct.
So you have to give them a date in advance before they even let you out
Correct.
of the country. And if they don't, then your ticket's no good. It's weird. It's like you'd have to go and cancel, try to get your money back. But you have to show them that you're leaving before they give it. And they said, no, you have to come in. I said, can I go do it at the airport or the Manila? He said, no. He says, you got to do it here. So go figure.
Right, but there's YouTubers out there that tell you
that they have,
otherwise.
and that's fine. It could be. There
It could be.
be,
It could be.
depending on
It
what
does
country
change. It
and
does
other
change,
things. But I would check with the local. I wouldn't take a chance to wait to get it at an airport.
yeah,
after
when if you're
already there the
leaving,
same
point
day.
is,
Because if you miss that
ask,
flight,
check.
then that money is gone.
Correct.
If that flight comes and you're within a few hours and can't get your exit clearance, I don't know why people would take that risk when immigration is usually within a certain area.
Right, and this is relevant to the subject because, like Heidi says, the reason why she was looking at exit clearance because we were thinking of leaving the country, and why? Because again, when me and Heidi leave the country and come back in, it resets the Balik Bayan visa, and again, the Balik Bayan visa is one of the best visas you can have because it's a free visa for a year. You don't. That's it. I mean, all we have to do is leave the country, go on a little day, come back, and then for 1 year, Heidi doesn't have to deal with immigration. Period. For 1 year. So that's why we're deciding. Well,
Uh,
should we go on a little vacation or should we just run the 13A? And obviously, we went that route.
hey, Sarah, real quick. I see here that you're in the comment section. You said, "What is this channel?" Philippine Antics is also live. That's this. That's the other channel, Expatainment. That's the one. We had two official channels that was dealing with expat stuff besides the music channels, and it's just our second one, which will mostly right now we're dual broadcasting as we build hours for the channel. So the deal is the one that you're on, the Expatainment, is going to be mostly it's going to come down to immigration stuff, daily life, the pet things, and Philippine Antics will become the Ricky, some expat help. Most everything we'll be doing will be through live streams on Philippine Antics. Probably some dining videos on Philippine Antics, but most of the other personal stuff and expat stuff will go on the other one, which is pretty much what's on this channel. But this channel is highly become just the live streaming. We're only live streaming on the second channel right now as we build ours. After that, it'll probably just become videos, and then there'll be monthly videos for whoever signs up for membership or whatever on the other channel. So we'll probably only broadcast once a month. I'll go in and answer questions as a female expat, but right now we're just building ours. So
Yeah.
I have to
As
pop up here.
yeah, as Ruby says, only if you arrive and enter the Philippines with your wife. Yes. But buy-in only works if you're with your Filipino spouse, and keyword spouse. You have to be married because they will check, your marriage certificate and all that kind of deal. Like they'll make sure, like you're married. Once you actually, we didn't have a problem getting out of the airport. All they says is like, okay, are you married? You have your marriage certificate, and all I did was show it. They looked at it for literally in less than a minute, and then yeah, and then it's just stamped it, and then done. Like literally in and out. Like I think I got out longer because the girl was taking her time, not because no, Singapore's just that's different. That's different. That's the people being just little, buttheads. No, really.
But when you enter the country, they didn't even. I don't think they.
Right, we got more resistance in LA because of some woman from Singapore Airlines gave us a hard time. And she's like, "Oh, nobody's allowed to enter the Philippines." Like, I really want to say like, I probably should have. I probably should have. Are you blind? You see that line back there? Like literally Philippine Airlines is across from her, and she's like, "Nobody's allowed to enter the country." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. The weird thing is, this is what I found weird. This is also probably relevant to you guys if it happens to you. Everybody in that kiosk, Singapore Air, agreed with us. But here's the thing, they didn't argue with her. They all told her, no, they're okay. Because I heard them. I mean, we're standing right there. But guess what? She still didn't release us. What I'm saying is, so apparently, whoever's in front of you has the power and authority to say yes or no, and nobody can change that. Because literally everybody in that kiosk says no, they're okay. Let them through.
It was the pandemic. There
But
wasn't very many people.
yeah,
They were bored.
yeah. But anyway, bottom line, when we got to Clark, it was smooth as silk. We just walked in. They checked the passports, asked for the marriage certificate, and then just looked at it for a split second. Then boom, stamp, done. Yeah. Um.
I don't understand why are these people on expat payment. I'm not sure on the questions there.
Yeah. I. Yeah. I mean, you would know more about that because of that.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just saying that's why I was just anyway.
well, right now I see that Sarah is inside of the channel, so she's not going to see the other people in that chat room. She'd have to go back to the other
Okay,
channel.
well,
to see.
anyway. Right. Um Yeah, see, now that's the question. Ruby says, is it cost effective exiting the Philippines to other Asian countries after 12 months and fly again instead of paying monthly accession for a 12 months period? It's like a catch 22. It's kind of
They have to. After 36 months, you're not allowed to stay anymore.
no. I think she's talking about the
Instead of paying a 12-month period, there is no point. They have to leave unless she's talking about like a billing fine.
that's what she's that's what I was getting at. That's what she's been talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billing buy-in, yeah, but you still, in order to do the billing buy-in, you still have to leave after a year.
I know that. She said that.
Yeah.
She's just continuing her
Yeah, it wasn't. It
I-
won't
yeah.
be. It won't be cost effective, and it wasn't going to be for us then to continue the tourist visa, because that's what happens with the billing buy-in. You don't extend the billing buy-in. Technically, it's just going into a tourist visa. You're adjusting your status. They'll tell you that's what it is, but it says tourist visa. So no, it's technically not unless you want to go to another country, but some people just want to get out and go. So
Yes, Luke, they do. Do they still have like buy and stamp upon entry to the Philippines with the wife? Yes. What does it say exactly? It doesn't say necessarily like buy-in though. I think it says something else.
I don't,
Well, anyway, but they do. They do. Yeah.
unless they change that. Remember, somebody showed that there was an actual stamp now, or something like literal stamp, like a piece of plastic.
Oh, right,
stamp.
right. It's
They
like they're
changed some of
trying to
the
copy
airports.
other countries where they.
It's no longer an ink stamp.
Yeah,
It
it's not a
looks like,
stamp. It's a stamp. Like lick them, paste them, stamp.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends probably on the airport.
Yeah.
And I just seen where.
I guess you just tell the immigration agent upon entering for like buying.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you have to actually ask.
Laura says 28 likes, 87 people. It's not that difficult to hit a like button. If
Thanks,
fingers hurt,
Laura.
use toes.
Right.
Laura says, what if you do not have money to leave? They keep you?
Well, it looks like in Thailand, that's what it looks like. It looks like if you're being held and you got to pay the fees and pay for your own ticket, but it's the same here in the Philippines. They're not going to pay for your ticket. They just don't put you on a plane. I don't know how it works in the United States when they deport, but don't they usually pay for their deportation flights?
You have to pay for your own ticket.
You have to here too. You know, speaking of a lot of misinformation, a lot of these guys that are being held, whether it's Thailand or here, you don't always get the full story. I know that Jordan guy that's in jail, it's not because he overstayed. That's all I keep hearing. He was in some sort of bar fight and was swinging at a girl. There was a bunch of
No, and
mishappenings
there's
with that guy.
video proof of what he did.
There's a lot of different things that are going on with these expats. They're just telling you the prettiest thing, because at one point he was on YouTube and a bunch of other things, and it became a toxic situation as far as some of the YouTube channels. And so he got tied up in some stuff. The same with Zoom. We still do not have a full story to what happened with him, but he's already closed his channel down. Zoom, World Zoom.
Yeah. Now, just to clarify something about that gentleman that was in jail, that expat, and he's saying he overstayed. That's why they incarcerated him. No, that's not true. But what he did was in public. Okay, if would they do that to a Filipino? Yes and no. If, for example, that Filipino, if a Filipino did what that guy did, if that Filipino is an out of towner, yes, they would incarcerate him without a doubt. If that Filipino was a local, they probably would just take him to the barangay and just detain him. It's kind of like, dude, that's my like like they would be some connection to the local barangay. Like, hey, man, that's my sister's husband. Please don't send him to jail. Just hold him, something like that. And they would. But what I'm saying is, but if he's from an out of towner, they would definitely incarcerate him. My point is, what he did was bad. You know what I'm saying?
Also, there's another one that's actually being held right now. It is an Australian guy from Cebu, a 45-year-old that was attempting to take several minors to Bantayan Island.
Wait, what?
Yeah, why don't you start reading the news, dude? The Australian national was preying on minors in Cebu City. He failed to present his passport to the officers. He was violating Republic Act RA 7610, the child abuse law, along with the underage minors. They were 15 being the youngest, eldest being 17. The foreigner did admit having special relationships with a friend of one of the girls. He's now facing criminal charges and being held now in detention. 6 of the minors have been placed in custody of welfare, which indicates there's more than likely these guys don't have nearby parents and stuff if they were put into protective custody like that. And this is aimed in cracking down on the
Well,
abuse and exploitation.
you have to also remember that there's most of these kids that are like this, it's because the parents don't care. And I'm not picking on anybody, but these are the type of parents that do their they have certain chemical substances, that kind of deal.
Or poor families. They've been known to sell their
Or
kids
that,
in hotel
yes.
rooms, or the girls were already, they said they were 15 to 17. So
Point is,
probably all had to get
most
jobs.
predators, they know what they're preying on. They pick out the certain slum areas. That's why I cringe when certain vloggers go to the slums and hit on these girls. No, I'm not joking. Certain vloggers do that, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a red flag whenever I see a vlogger do that. I'm like, yeah, he's probably a diddler.
So the whole point is that they changed the age of consent in like 2021. It went from 13, I think, to 16. And we told you guys before, 16 is not the age of consent.
It's the Romeo and Juliet clause
Correct,
again.
which means none of those ages apply to any of the guys.
If you're an expat, it doesn't apply to you. It really doesn't. I mean, it's 16 plus 3. That's the age of consent.
18 would be the answer for foreigners.
Correct.
So they're playing around. And here's another thing, and we've said this before: don't even be caught with family members out and about. I would not take your nieces, if it's just you guys, to the mall without the Filipina being there with you, or your wife or whatever, because guys have been caught in them manners too. So you guys think it's a joke. I've heard several good channels discuss do not take minor children that are not your own blood children out and about with you. You just never know. So
oh yeah, I mean,
foreigner,
don't go take them to the store. Don't do what I do. Remember, I'm a local and I'm Filipino. But yeah, I mean, don't randomly pick up kids and take them to the store and buy them candy. And
you just don't want to be
because
in
you can
that
get
position.
yeah,
Hey, Bobby G, what is going on?
you might get in trouble. Or because remember, not everybody's honest. What I'm saying is, let's say the kids that you took to the store to buy him candy, they're like, oh, he's a foreigner, he's got money. If we like sue this guy, we might get money too.
That's what's usually being thought about.
You know what I'm saying? So point being is, you don't know the kids. You don't know the same thing. The kids could lie. They can say, oh, he did this to me just because they wanted attention or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Earn Doggy Fool says 3 weeks before exiting, you need to process the clearance.
Yeah.
He's talking
And
about
I would
the
probably
exit
do it
clearance.
before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, see, here's the same thing. I've heard several channels say that you can get it on the way out, but that's never been confirmed, except for people to come through and say, hey, you can do that. But you guys got to understand, you guys should know that there are trolls out there and bad people that will just give you that misinformation to see you suffer out there. People like nothing more than to see you guys suffer. And they're going to do whatever makes a lot of them their channels, or like, for instance, for us, today's information about this article or about this Russian beauty queen was off of 3 or 4 newspapers. Okay. So we are technically going by that. It could be the prior vlogger didn't mean to. They were just taking information from another news article. And believe me, even the Philippine government gets that stuff wrong. They'll say, hey, exit clearances can be done at Angel City. Like right now, I'm struggling to get a NBI check, and I've had it done 3 times at one office. They said now all foreigners have to have hand scans. When I talked to them on the phone and talked to the main office here that's in San Fernando, they were like, hey, we haven't even heard about that. So did the immigration office. They said, nope, haven't even heard about this. And so now we're going to Clark here in about a week and a half, and it's delayed me getting this. So I'm up and coming to completing the second half of my 13A,
Yeah. Now,
more.
the problem you face is not information is not centralized in the Philippines. And
Right,
for
especially,
example, before we flew here,
I think the U.S.
I called several, not one, not two. Well, okay, I called 3 embassies, Philippine embassies. And 1 out of 3 embassies was right on their information, put it that way. And what's the information? I said, "Can we go to the Philippines now? Is it open for travel?" Only 1 of them said yes. Point being is 3 again embassies. 1 out of 3 was correct. And if I listen, because remember, 1 out of 3, that means the lower one is the one that was right.
For those that don't know, I want to re-clarify that me and George um, have been together over 5 years, almost 6 years, and we decided that for our retirement, we were going to move to the Philippines. That we moved sooner than later based on some misinformation that is out there right now. It was said that we left because things were so bad as far as the pandemic, and we just couldn't tough it out. And it's not the reason. We were already blogging,
Yeah.
and
All right.
we decided that we might as well take our savings and go on with our vlogging and come on home. This is Georgia's home country, so I don't know where people come up with this bogus information about we couldn't stay in Mexico or
shouldn't. Anyway.
Huh?
What I'm saying is it's all lies, so there's no reason to, what do you call that?
I'm going on about you're the one that mentioned Mexico.
Yeah.
I was just going to go on. Never mind. Okay. I was just going to go on about why we were there, why you were asking, and go into that.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Okay, so I was just saying that the reason we decided to come was based on just going into full retirement. It's because we wanted to. And while we were in Mexico, we got stuck, and we were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave directly from the United States, and it was at the very beginning. There was nothing super bad.
And for part of the story is also remember that we had to re-enter the U.S.
Correct.
in order to leave. But what I'm saying is the fact that we re-entered the U.S. without any issues tells you these people are lying.
Yeah.
Because in order to re-enter the U.S., they do their backgrounds, all that weird stuff, and then
Right.
Right. So no, and
no, we came to the Philippines by choice, not because of
yeah, if we were running as other people were
Well, you
saying,
didn't have to go that far.
well, what I'm saying is we did re-enter the U.S.
That's
and they
fine.
didn't have
I
a
mean,
problem. That's my point. It again. These
well,
are
this is all stuff in
these
the
are the
past.
ignorant people that don't have common sense apparently.
No common sense, and
It's
they
like,
don't ever get a story right
we
anyways.
re-entered
They're
the
not
U.S.
people
What
that
the heck's
matter.
wrong with you?
But I wanted to mention, being you
Yeah.
mentioned what was going on there, is that us coming from Mexico into the Philippines was a plan anyways. And that, yes, the embassies were always giving misinformation in Mexico and all
No,
of
they
that.
did. Again, I called 3 embassies.
And we would have stayed in Mexico, and we can still return to Mexico if we want to. It was just based on immigration. Plus, I couldn't, the language barrier was harder for me there than it was here. and we were out in the mountains. So I mean, it was just it was a better. This is your home country. Our plan was to come here anyway, so it was it had nothing to do with taking off
Well,
or
now Mexico. Here's the thing: Mexico has a harder immigration system than the Philippines, and
oh yeah.
also, if me and put it this way, if me and Heidi go to Spain, I would have an easier it'd be easier for us to stay in Spain
At
because of
that
the
time, the
immigration.
immigration requirement for income was up there, and you weren't actively working. So officially, your business was sold and you had some savings. But remember, the savings didn't matter. They said you had to have X amount of savings for over 2 or 3 years, and you had to be able to prove that it stayed at that amount.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of paperwork our attorney told us, and we're like, we're not dealing with this. We're just,
Yeah.
we were coming here anyways. And so it was just, but just letting you know that the embassies, immigration, all that, their statuses and all their information changes quite a bit. And even if you guys do your best due diligence and you go through everything, it could change the day you show up. So the Philippines and Asia is really known for that. So.
Yeah, and apparently there's special rules on Filipinos in Spain. It means what I'm saying is they're easier on immigration on us.
Yeah.
Because the Philippines was a colony of Spain. No, really, I'm not making this up.
Sarah likes your glasses.
Yeah.
Did you say hi to Bobby?
No, you mentioned that first. So,
Oh, hey, Bobby. Well,
yeah,
I put
yeah.
it up. Hey, Bobby.
Yeah. Bobby G. Good morning, my friends. Hope all is well.
Hey, Bobby.
Yes. Victor C says, George, if you leave the country, are you worried about the airport? Right? I know. It's like that's what it looked like.
I like your glasses. I don't think. Do you like your glasses?
These are not mine.
I bought several pairs. I didn't say who they were for. They're reading glasses. It didn't matter. I bought several pairs, so they're not. They're just household glasses, George. So then just say you don't like them. Be about it. They're not mine. I mean, own it, man.
I can't own it if anyway.
Here, well then
Sir-
take them off and put your other ones on.
Sartan says, well, I'm an anti-addict. There you go.
An addict. Doggy for KC player suit. He looked like he sure did. They're talking here. Let me show George.
Yeah.
Did you see his suit?
Oh, I see what you mean.
No, he looked like here. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it for him. It was really a weird.
Laura said, do you have dual citizenship, George? I thought you were both Filipino. No, I'm not. I'm actually Filipino, straight and through.
Yeah. So for
Yeah.
those that don't know, I used to mention that a lot in the beginning because a lot of people, when we started the channel, we came in 4 years ago. There were only X amount of vloggers, okay, and we came in strong with I'm an American woman and he's Filipino. Then people were like, no, he's not. He's not even
No,
Filipino. He's
but-
just an American pretending.
But a lot of people are what do you call it? Ignorant. And for example, I actually owned a lot of firearms. Or sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I owned a lot of pew pews in the U.S. legally.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is, you can't own one of those. Not even one. I had several of them. What I'm saying is, you can't even own one of them if you have done something wrong in your past. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, like you said, I wouldn't. You're
No,
addressing
I'm not.
two
But what I'm
people.
saying is, no. This is part of it. What I'm saying is, you don't have to be a citizen to own a pew pew in the U.S.
Yeah.
Not now. That's different here in the Philippines. I'm just letting you guys know. Here, you have to be a citizen. Now, if an expat tells you, "Oh, I own several pew pews," well, in the Philippines,
Means
and
your girlfriend.
yeah, or I can tell you where to buy them. I'm going to tell you right now. I know where to buy them, but that doesn't make them legal. Actually, it's on they put it out on TV. Yes, TV. Where to buy them and stuff because they make them under houses here in the Philippines. Gross. Anyway,
I know. I just showed him the outfit. It's horrible.
yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, for those that didn't see his outfit, shoes, everything looked like he was from the 70s, like he's about to go to a disco, which some of the fashion is reverting back. I mean, I'm not one for fashion. I wear a jogging outfit,
yeah.
It's not a big deal, but and it was kind of
Filipino P says you need to start a pay platform to help get donations for your fur friends' cats.
we
Well,
have several platforms. We have it's all in there, Buy Me a Coffee, and we have the Patreon, and then stickers. Anybody who does the stickers, 10% of our income every month goes automatically for YouTube, goes to Noah's Ark's pet shelter. So, and we support that shelter and refer people over there.
yes, yeah, Bobby G. This is for you to read.
Kind of looks like a Filipino Bubbles off the Trailer Park Boys. I guess you do.
my gosh! Thanks.
It's hard to see.
Now
with
I
your
can't
hat on.
unsee it.
Yeah, you do look like Bubbles. No. Here, try these. Hold on. This
Oh,
one.
now
Hold on.
now I can't unsee that.
No, wait a minute.
Thanks,
This'll do it.
Bobby G.
Here, take your hat off. Here, show you. Tell me if this looks more like, because your hat's really hiding. Oh, you're due for a haircut again. Here,
Yes, I am.
try that one.
Well,
Tell me that.
these are for girls,
Now that looks
but
like.
they look better. These look better.
That's fine. Then wear them.
Yeah.
I'm going to burn that hat. I'm telling you, I'm so tired of that hat. I'm tired.
You'll
of
buy
it.
me another one.
Buy your own damn hat.
I don't buy hats. I don't buy hats.
You don't buy nothing. You wait for it to be given to you.
Correct.
Correct. And that's ridiculous. Then I know what to get you for Valentine's Day. Don't say nothing when you have. Yeah, don't say nothing when you get a pink hat.
There's nothing wrong with pink. Angela says I renewed mine every 3 years. Oh, you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Laura says when a guest from other places, you have to be low key, quiet, and be smart because you don't know the dangers, you don't know who to trust and who to influence. Yeah, to make your life very hard.
And that's the same here. That's why, short of leaving your house, guys, that anything could happen. Your neighbors could be a problem, and that's here, Thailand, Mexico. And that's why you got to keep low key, because a lot of these guys are without their visas anymore. And there's all kinds of problems, warrants, other places, and then they go and screw around with their neighbor, or they cuss them out and start fights. I think I'm officially going to do a video. I'm going to find his channel. He just released a video a few days ago that just blew my mind. And he said about 5 or 6 different things in that video that just blew my mind. Hold on a minute. I'm going to consult with. Okay, so I was just telling him that the guy is one of the vloggers in our circle of it's 10 or 20 people. And finally, he's put out so much stuff now officially. It'll be time to cover him. He's got about 10 different things that's something to talk about. And we're just not talking about like gossip. It's like things that could go wrong. I mean, I couldn't believe some of the stuff he said. And I'm like, you know what? It may be finally time to discuss this guy's issues, because it's what could go wrong. So you can't make your neighbors upset over certain things, because believe me, all day long there are things going on. But now I think I'm just like becoming, I used the word the other day, but I'm just used to it now. So I just become numb to the whole situation. And so I just mind my own business, short of somebody, walking up and hitting me or something. I'm just going to leave things let alone. And for me, it's not going to be, your life will not be like my life when you guys live here. Like a lot of you guys are super active. I'm not. I only go out some of the time. I'm not out all the time. I'm more of a homebody. I like do things around the house and outside of the house, like gardening and pets and everything. But with my medical conditions, I'm not out there 4 or 5 times a day. I'm not actively out there driving in traffic and I can get in trouble. What's wrong?
Nothing.
What was that?
Nothing what you said.
Oh. Oh, okay.
What? It has nothing to do with what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you off camera, but I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
that's it.
All right. Well, you could have just said there's somebody else named. That's all.
Well, I didn't want to insult anybody. That's why.
Oh, gotcha.
Because some people will find that as an insult.
That's even if they even know who he is. That's so far back.
That's why all I did was do a little, and that's it. Because
Gotcha.
it's really not relevant. I mean, sorry. But anyway,
Anyways, you guys won't just okay.
Darren D, can you immediately apply for an ACR card if you come in like by visa? The answer is,
No, you go ahead and answer, Mr. Know-It-All.
what the freak?
It's like 2 or 3 times you've done something to me. Go on.
What do you mean? I haven't done nothing to you. All I did was this. And now what's wrong with you? All I did was this. And I said it's irrelevant. And then you're the one who kept on camera. And I turned off the mic and said, hey, that's all it is. Which is, again, not relevant to the subject. And I didn't want to insult anybody because
Well, then you go ahead and answer is my point. Go on.
the answer is no. They won't. You have to be here 90 days before they issue an ACRI card. Because up until
I believe it's 60. I believe the first 60, and then when you go to come in to, I think you're allowed at the 60 point. But I don't even know. I don't think they, because the first year they didn't give me one, so I don't know if they'll even do it during the first year. Because an ACR is issued based on a certain status. They just put the stamp
either
in
way,
the
the
book.
answer is no.
So,
Earn Doggy says, I witnessed a foreigner getting drilled at the Bureau of Immigration office wanting an exit clearance 3 days before exiting.
waiting or wanting one?
Wanting.
Oh, waiting to the
Wanting.
last minute.
Wanting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what happened to that one British guy that was trying to leave. He went and had the ticket, remember, and they wouldn't let him out. I believe it was Cebu or something. So much for it being done at the office. So the guy got denied. Yeah, it's 60 days. But I don't think they do one based on billing buy-in. See what I'm saying? I don't think you just naturally go in at the 60th day. They did mine at the 1 year part. They never issued one or had me come back. I don't know if you can individually just go in and say, hey, give me one, but I don't know. You see what I mean? That's a whole different status. There's no reason.
No, I got you.
It'll be stamped. Now, it does say here that there's a voluntary application to get one, but it won't be automatic. Okay, so here's some article right here I just found. It says, yeah, it'd be voluntary. It's 3,000 pesos for it. It is the voluntary. So, yes. But what would it be for? That'd be my question is why would you want one during a 1 year stay? They're not going to open a bank account if that's so. My question would be why would the person want one? You're already going to have ID of your passport.
Well,
Someone said here, don't waste your money, and that would be my thought too.
no,
What can you do
I
with
kind
it?
of knew you can, but they changed the rules. But the thing is, I don't think you can open a bank account without the ACRI card, like you
They're
said.
not going to give you one. That you have to have a certain ACRI card. You're not going to get one as a temporary visitor visa because you have an ACR card that they're going to issue. The bank needs to see that you're going to be here permanent, 13A SRRV. When they go to review your application at all banks, it's got to be something permanent. If you're here for 90 days, the bank is not going to give you one because you have an ACR card as a visitor. Not normally. Now, some people claim they slam down a crap load of money and they just open the doors to the people, but I call bull crap on that too.
I disagree. I think you can if you do that.
Really? What banks would that be?
I don't know. It depends how corrupt the person is.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the key word. Okay, so not normal.
Yeah. No, you said if somebody slams down money, yeah,
Okay.
you can. Because I told you to open a bank account, all they really need is approval of 2 bank managers. The end. So now it's up to them if they, in our wording, sab it.
Well, then you don't need the ACR card to begin with, then, do you? If
No,
that's
you
what's
still.
going on.
Never mind. That's different. That's up to them. You know what I'm saying? But they still have to put in information on their end. It doesn't necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying? You still have to have something.
Let me get this right. So you're saying that, yeah, you can put the money down. So then what does an ACR card have anything to do with it at that
I
point?
just said it. You still have to have something.
Passport, some other things.
Well, I'm sure if you're a foreigner, they still have to put in some number on the form.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, even corruption has its limits. I mean, they can only take you so far.
Okay.
For example, if you pay somebody from the LTO to get you a license illegally, they would give you a license without your name on it. It's somebody else's name because the system has its limits. Meaning, they can't just decide to put in an illegal, what do you call that, driver's license with your name, because it's just an example. Again, if some of you ever decide to buy a license, there's a really good chance it won't be under your name. What I'm saying is, even the corruption has its limits, because it's still based on a system with information. So, again, even if you have, again, since Heidi's asking, if you are paying your way to get a bank without, illegally, if you don't have enough information, you might get an account that doesn't have your name on it, that kind of deal.
Well, it says here for driver's license too, the LTO will ask for an ACR card.
Right, that's what I just said.
Usually your license is good for
And you
X
can
amount.
buy one, but it won't be under your name. That's what I'm saying. That it's the system has its limits. I mean, you can be corrupt all you want, but somebody has limits on the system because they have to type something. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, but you asked,
Really?
and I'm answering it.
Gotcha.
Philip Macy, hey George and Heidi.
What was the above comment?
Oh,
about
I didn't
Drake?
want to.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to put it up, but to address it, the best part of Kendrick was calling out Drake for being but he's been doing that, and according to the lawsuit and all that going back and forth, I don't know the full beef, but yeah, the record company saying no, that's not who he's talking about, and then he clearly does, but did he say something additional in in the Super Bowl about it? But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, now you know why I chuckled.
yeah.
Because of that and that. Anyway.
Wow.
Philip Macy, hey George and Heidi, kumusta ka? We are doing good.
Hey,
Thank you
good
for asking,
morning.
Philip. James Rogers, good morning, Antics from Columbus, Ohio. Unfortunately, the answer is no, Laura. So Heidi can become a Filipino citizen. No.
Well, first off, I don't want to. Secondly, it's a long process, and I'll pass on that. So
Yeah, you have to be
fully immersed, even with all my issues that could stop me from getting that, which takes a lot. They've only done 14 people. 14 people forever they then have to create a bill and go through all this crap. It takes a lot of
If-
legal status to get through
Yeah.
there, and I'm not exactly Filipino material. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So
Well, for example, if Heidi's put up an orphanage, and then she supported all these orphans for like 25 years, there's still a small chance she'll get approved.
very small.
Yeah,
So
you have to be exceptional.
I'm not exceptional, and
Yeah.
I don't want to. That's a big difference. I don't want dual. I don't want just citizenship. I'm going to complete my 13A here within the month, and then I'm done. I don't need any other status. All I care about is my coffee, my air conditioning, George every now and then, and my cats. I'm just doing me. And Valentine's Day.
Bobby G says it was when you looked up George, I just seen that face. Like I was like, oh my god. It's hilarious. Macy, Ruby says, are you getting all your prescriptions in the Philippines? The answer is
Yes. Yeah. Now, they're not always there. I mean, they're not always there, but I don't know where else. I don't go back to the US and pick up any others, and I don't order them outside of the country. So nobody mails them in. So according to that, I guess so. So, but see, I'm kind of mixed on that one too about that, because nobody mentioned that. I'm trying to figure, because if you're renewing your tourist visa, then you're going to get an ACR card anyways. When you go in to do it, they're going to force a card on you anyways. That's not a question. You have to do a card. If people are here for more than they renew after 60 days, they make you pay for that. There's
no. I believe
skipping that.
Ruby's asking because she's.
So according to that, yes, they're saying that's part of the, yeah.
Now this is misinformation. This part is. There's certain vloggers that say that you're fine using your license as long as it's not expired. You're fine as long as you use your international license. This is all false. That's not how it works. Okay, you do have to get a license after once you receive your ACR card. You're supposed to get your license.
It's 90 days or something.
Yeah.
It's not the 1 year on your international license, but
Yeah, it's not when your license expires. However, here's the catch
isn't
too.
Ruby a dual citizen or citizen?
Yeah, that's why she's asking. But anyway.
Well, I get that, but maybe she's talking about her husband.
Well, anyway, I don't know. Now, the conversion. To convert your license, there's one important thing that a lot of people don't tell you to, although it's kind of common sense. I'm just mentioning it now because a lot of people forget. If your license is expired, you cannot convert your license. You must have a current valid license to convert. Okay, guys? So even if you don't drive anymore and you decide to go to Philippines and convert your license, if your license is expired, they will not convert it. You'll have to again start over here, go to class. Yes, you have to go to class to get your license here, that kind of deal. You have to go to driving school and all that kind of stuff. So make sure your license is valid and current. Laura says, "Oh wow, very hard process." Somewhat. Yes and no. Angela says, my bank BDO under my girlfriend's name. Ruby says, got Philippine license. It's from my husband. He enjoys driving in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's for her husband, she said. Yeah.
Huh?
I didn't know that citizenship made a difference.
Don't think that's true. I'm not sure though, but I don't think
nationality
so.
doesn't matter. Expats or expats.
I don't think so. If you're British, you need to take a. That's an interesting statement there.
Sure, why?
Hmm.
I'm not even going to bother looking that up. I don't think nationality made any difference to the people that said they went to go do it. But it's hard saying. There's reasons that they would make you do the full thing. Maybe it's because the British person was over the time period.
Just look for go to driving school. So only
Maybe it
expats learn
is.
the driving laws. Actually,
Maybe there is something. I don't know.
yeah. Well,
Maybe it's because of the side of the road, but who knows?
sorry,
Yeah,
just
he says the opposite side of the
have to
road.
chuckle. Yeah.
Interesting. So he said it is because of that. Could be. It might be.
Oh, that makes sense. You're talking about because they have different driving rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess you have to go to school, like driving school, like Joseph says, so expats can learn the driving. Well, again, for the most part, most of you don't have to do that. Laura says very hard process was in response to Heidi becoming a Filipino citizen or anyone. No, it is. It's again, only have to be an exceptional person. They don't do it for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like basketball players that have been doing it for years here, that type of thing.
you have to do
So-
something for the country, kind of deal.
And I'm not. I'm just going to be watching TV and baking, taking care of pets, going to the mall. I'm not trying to do anything exceptional today, except for maybe George. Might help you sweep the stairs today.
You and the stairs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's something else.
That's time for you.
What? Take a trip down the stairs?
No, didn't say that. I play with those kitties today.
Aw.
Yeah, they're stinking cute today. So, did anybody else see that Super Bowl? We got new people in here. Here, 1 second here. Yeah, yeah, because it's not. Was it there or just one?
No, there's a ton of them.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't. It's weird.
No, it is what his name says. I don't think he's been knowing though, because of the English. Laura says my husband teaches many Filipino and Indian drivers that come to the USA. They say they drove in their country, but oftentimes are challenging to teach. But he is patient, except with my driving. Ruby says any plans of relocating from where you live? Yes. Only because, well, it's not that we don't like the place. It's just that there's certain things that are happening in the neighborhood that we don't like. AKA, we're relatively close to the basketball court. Here's a hint, guys: don't live near a basketball court.
Yeah,
We're not
one
near
street
it,
away.
but we're near enough.
Yeah, we're about 1 street over.
Now, what does that mean? Okay, they do parties over there, which is again, remember it's a public place. They do parties over there. They do dances over there. They do anything that's loud. That's the key word. And then there's basketball season. Oh my gosh, forget basketball season. Um, I mean, basketball is fine for some of you. If you watch it on TV, it's fine. But in real life, when you listen to a basketball game, you know what you hear? All day. That ball.
That's not what I hear. I hear they're karaokeing,
No,
performances.
no, no. I know
all
that.
of these. I
What I'm
hear
saying is
they're-
on basketball season, that's what you hear. And yeah.
That's not what I hear. I hear the whistles, the buzzing, the
Yeah,
ball's the
everything.
last thing that I hear. And so that's not the only thing.
Well, point is, it's more annoying than people realize.
That's the only reason.
What do you?
No, I was just asking. You didn't want
What?
to
Why are you
make
asking
chickens and
me? I'm
rabbits.
the Filipino. I could care less.
I'm talking about other reasons to move. Pipe down, man.
Right.
I'm saying you don't want bigger land to get like more animals or
It would be nice.
that's something we discussed was getting like a
You could save more animals that way. We have talked about that.
yeah.
Andrew says no school, just short drive to the LTO compound, and 40 questions need 35 out of 40 to pass.
Gotcha.
As I drove, I only needed 40 questions. There you go. Yeah, see, that's another. Yeah, that's why I said, yeah. Pabasa during Easter, Pabasa, close to you guys. Pabasa is again they do a prayer nonstop for a week, which is fine, but they don't stop. Literally, they don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early AM to yeah, it's extremely loud.
Yes, it's very loud. Yes.
Yeah. It's really loud, like because they get on the speakers and Filipinos celebrate everything, and then the cities and then the barangays have their own parties, and then there's all these pageants,
Right.
and
Right.
they go on like they practice for days at a time. They repeat the same music, and I'm kind of good with that right now. But there's a market nearby, and it takes up a bunch of parking and the neighborhood's buzzing, the dog's always going off, and so there's a lot of different things. So I would just rather. I mean, we're okay. We'll probably be here a little bit longer, but eventually we'll probably get a place where we can have more outdoor pets, probably like chickens or something big enough to be a little bit more self sufficient or something. So for the
Yeah.
eggs,
Yeah.
because the
And
cost of eggs are going up.
yes. Yeah. And how loud is the Pabasa? Put it this way: if they shut off the Pabasa here, which again, they had a power outage. We had a short power outage during the Pabasa. When our area shut down, and it takes them a while to get the battery back up, um, we can hear the next district over. We can hear their Pabasa clearly. That's how loud it is. Put it that way. We can.
Mhm.
It's not even in our area. It's on
It's like the
way.
call for prayer for the Muslims. When
Yeah, it's
you're
like
in
an
Islamic
adhan, except
country.
it doesn't stop for a week.
You can hear it in other areas when you're in the Middle East. You can hear if you're in a neighborhood, each small mosque, which there could be 10 of them in a small area, they're all going off at the same time. So it's kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of that.
Laura says the Warriors are playing tonight.
The Warriors.
My mom loves the Warriors. She has a game blasting in her room because she's hard of hearing. Sometimes feels so loud. I feel the vibrations loud. Noises drive me a bit nuts. Aw.
Yeah, it's hard to actually stay focused. I hear you. When I first got here, I was still thinking about my first few months or first few years here, and everything, I mean, everything had become a problem. It just wasn't the heat and the bugs and the noise. I was just thinking about something. Oh, I was cleaning up after dinner yesterday, and the water comes out unless you pay for a system inside the house. Usually, water pressure is bad in most places unless you add something. And I was thinking about how slow the water was coming out of the faucet. And I'm like, well, that was one of my problems. But the other was most houses are not equipped with hot water, even the nicer places.
No, it's not. It's not a default thing. No.
Right. So
You
it's
usually
just
have to
cold
install.
water you're doing dishes
We
in,
have hot water systems here.
and not on the kitchen sink.
No, I know that, but I'm saying we installed them.
Yeah, in the bathroom. But
Right.
besides that, most of them here just take cold showers in our neighborhood. It's not a so you can put a hot water heater, but in the kitchen it's not. So when you're doing dishes, I used to bitch for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I can't believe I'm sitting there doing this. Can't be right, and I'm sitting there washing dishes in cold water because it's just something
Yeah, and we
that I'm
can't,
not used to.
and also we can't install a water pump. We have water pumps, but they're really more in the bathroom. Um, can you install a centralized water pump here? No, because our water meter is outside the walls. So it means is we can't install an external water pump to increase the water flow. Now, the last place we were in, they had a water pump built in, and so we didn't have to worry about that.
You just forget. Like it's so easy to forget like what takes a
The little,
while to
the
do.
yeah, and the little conveniences you take for granted.
Like with the water pressure in the United States doing dishes, I mean, because I'm pretty fast at doing it no matter how, whatever, but the water's not coming out fast enough. So when everybody comes home in the evening, it's barely coming out of the faucet. And
Or the
so
weekends.
you're sitting there swirling a plate like 50 times just to get the soap off of it. That's how long it takes. So it's different. So you just learn slowly, and then George's like, well, sometimes they'll say, well, the Filipinos don't have a problem, like that they were born into it. So you have to, in other words, they're used to some of this stuff. It's the same as if they go to the US, they have to adjust. That's about an adjustment. That's the big thing.
Right. And also, Ruby says look for one story place. So yeah, now this is a real thing. That's also
Yeah.
another thing why we're going to move eventually because this is a two-story place and it's bad on the knees.
Yeah, even for George, let alone me, where I need knee replacement and lupus, and a lot of things don't help me going up and down the stairs. So yeah, so it's definitely one level place for sure.
Right.
And the older we get, like I said, it's even bad for George, and he's small.
Yeah. Now the irony is, and I say irony, is right now the AC cools the whole downstairs. But if this was a one-story place, it couldn't do that because it would have a bigger floor area, open floor area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, pluses and minuses, guys. Pluses and minuses. What happened to the Russian beauty queen? Missed you guys talk about it. If you did, yes, we did talk about. I, well, I don't. I can't say her name. Um,
Yeah, Alexandria is a Russian former beauty queen, but use that lightly because everybody's using that as their title. And I think it's funny because it was when she was like 10 years old,
yeah,
11 years
like a
old.
child.
And
Beauty
she's
pageant.
been going around the country. She had already, and this is in Thailand. So she's in the jail complaining how bad it is. When it turns out she's been messing around with immigration for a while. So she overstayed by 10 days. She knows better. She's been traveling. She's been in the country before. She's been in trouble with the country before. The news Russian outlets are allegedly saying that she is some sort of escort, and her family is denying it. Which, of course, I mean, even if she is, the family's not going to admit it. But the news outlets said that's what's going on, and that she had been tossed out once before. So it looks like she got back in, and
Yeah,
then
she got
she
expelled out of the
overstayed. And
country. Yes.
there's other circumstances around this, I'm sure. So was just an open loop for us to say you got to follow the rules and everything. But she's talking about how bad it is, and they're saying that she's all in the social media right now. But I couldn't find more than 3 articles. Oh, they're all small newspapers, and I've seen 1 or 2 TikToks done by a Thai American blogger. And well, he's American, but he's over in Thailand, and not a whole lot on it. He repeated exactly what the newspaper did, and then Alex Abroad covered it. I seen that this morning when I was looking stuff up, and he just read from the article too. The only thing we found additional is she had been in trouble before, and she's been traveling, and she's been in and out of Dubai, which they say Dubai is definitely an escort area for Russian women, and all kinds of little stuff going on. But that's about all we found out. And you can't play with Thai immigration. And a lot of people, when they leave here, they jump over to Thailand, whether it's when they decide they don't like the Philippines, they move over there. The rules are really strict over in Thailand. You can't even play around. And then a lot of them, when they do and wait their 3 years, they go over to Thailand.
What we're saying is there's probably more to the story because
Mm-hmm.
even some of you, were like, really, just for that. I mean, she could be a secret agent. We don't know. Her code name might be Octopussy. I don't know.
They're saying that it's dealing with her being an escort, and she had already been in trouble once before. So there was something going on. She doesn't have the money to leave, and the family isn't going to help her, they said. She said she couldn't leave because her family wouldn't give her money. I don't know why they didn't look for an outro ticket. Doesn't Thailand do the same thing? She said she didn't have the money to leave prior before the 10 days. So who knows? There's a lot going on, guys.
Well, she overstayed. The outro ticket is before your overstay.
Correct. She said the reason she overstayed was because she didn't have the money to leave.
Well,
Why
then-
didn't they have that to begin
Then
with?
that's a lie, obviously. That's what I'm saying. I'm pushing it down because it looks like it's lifting up. Yeah. You're fired. Can you drink the water? No. For the most part, the only time you can drink the water if you live far away in a provincial area, then there's a chance you can drink the water. Here, it used to be safe. Now it's kind of, I don't recommend it.
Hydroponics and aquaponics are the way to go with bigger land. Vegetables are expensive these days. But isn't that where it's totally in water? What you need? I don't know about that. I mean, I know. I don't know. But I think the bigger thing we'd be more focused on is a meat supply over vegetables and stuff. So and eggs.
Well, the egg thing is relatively easy to do, but in order to get the eggs, it kind of costs a lot of money.
There's a
Here in the Philippines, anyway. I mean, I used to have a lot of chickens in the U.S., and eggs are, feed and everything is cheap in the U.S. Here, it's expensive.
yeah, but if you had some free range chickens and stuff,
Yeah. I mean, you have to, but
we just have to see. We just have to weigh against,
yeah, I mean, I would love to have chickens back. Yes, this is true.
mhm.
Yeah, and I mean, the dog runs around. And he has enough space, but it'd be nicer to give him more space. That kind of deal. Yeah. Angela says video key is loud, especially in the morning scene. Luckily, that kind of isn't as common as it used to be. It used to be worse.
Still is. I just don't think we hear it. I mean, because the house stays sealed up most of the time. We hear it, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I think we're just adjusting. I think we used to hear it through like when we're playing movies but it's just noise. Noise is a problem. It is for most areas. So, but just I think that's one of the biggest complaints. So. Yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate everybody stopping in, and thank you for our members dropping in. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Laura, Philip Maisie.
Thank you so much, Kay Dallas.
Kay
Appreciate you.
Dallas, thank you so much. Bobby G was in the house. Sarah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ruby was in the house. Racer X, the Filipina P.
Curtis Edwards was with us today. I feel like Macy says I would grow tomatoes and watermelon. There you go.
Yeah, that I would like
Lemongrass.
to do. Yeah, lemongrass would be
Lemongrass.
nice. Yeah.
Because those are easy to grow. The most common here is eggplants.
Yeah, I'll pass on the eggplant thing all day long.
No, I know. Because remember, some things are hard to grow here, like corn. Growing corn.
There are places that I would prefer to get a place in the future. Some already have trees in there that have mangoes and other items. And, there are fruit trees producing when you go to rent these places. And that's probably what I would do because I considered doing a few lemon trees here the other day. But it's 3 to 5 years to see any fruit, according to.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's.
Unless you graft it.
Okay, but I'm not going to. Not here. I could get a pot, but I doubt we're here 3 to 5 years. We might be. We don't know. But I just figured that.
Well, it's not going to bear fruit in a pot.
I would never say never.
No. Well, I mean, unless you're growing like red hot chili peppers or something like that. You know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you guys
Yeah. Thanks so much. Stay safe,
for,
everyone. Nightshade veggies are hard on some Filipino. Oh, right. The nightshades, right?
Yeah, that's my problem. Is I had the stomach surgery a long time ago, had cancer in my stomach, and have other medical issues. And anytime I try to process vegetables, I have no what's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Have no gallbladder, the whole 9 yards. That was removed during the surgery. That it's hard to process half the things. So, but yeah, so I've been trying to resume the higher protein, low sugar, and I fast every day for the 12-hour period. So, but it's rough. So I try to get some vegetables and mostly the dark greens, but it's processing. But thank you guys.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much,
you
guys.
guys.
Appreciate you so much.
See you guys soon. Got a
Love
good
you all.
live coming next. Bye, guys.